Nintendo! Hello everybody, this is Milesluigi welcoming you back to Let's Play Mario & Luigi Partners in Time. Joining me today is...
Toadbert.
And Higsby.
Alright, so last time we were having some fun with the talking door. I'll leave it at that. We learned Luigi had a dark side. This time, well, we're going to continue on through Star Road. Or Star Hill, or Star Shrine, or whatever, it's a starry place. It's a very starry place. Our objective here, actually, even though it's not immediately obvious, if you look at the top screen when we're not in a battle, you notice we kind of have a pentagon shape. And actually, our goal here is to solve a whole bunch of puzzles that'll let us ultimately make a star. How clever. Oh, wow, this inside pipe is all full of, wow, shininess. It is so shiny and bright, and oh my gosh, I'd probably be blind if I went into there. Thankfully, the baby's eyes, I guess they haven't fully set in yet, so it's just like they're in an extremely bright area, and they're just like, eh, whatever. Our eyes aren't hurting. They're adjusting. Anyway, we already saw the Skeleton keys, so don't really need to show too much more about them as I mentioned before. They're just like a pokey, but skeleton. Wonder what they're doing in the really flashy pipe. That's a good question.
That coin almost disappeared. Important items like that shouldn't disappear so quickly. It's like it's 100 coin. I don't think it's going to cause so much like screen congestion and slowdown that it can't last for like 20 seconds. Like 5 or whatever it was a bit like not very much. Maybe it was like 10, but still. Like nothing bothered me. Actually, there's a lot of things that bother me in video games, but one of the things that bothers me the most is when you have really important items or any items at all that disappear in like 5 seconds, and it's like it's not going to screw up the game that much. Again, I'm going on too much about this, but disappearing items sucks.
But Sprite limits, says the video game designer Higsby.
I don't think that 100 coin was going to cause any problems.
Ooh, Sunshine Sprite!
Ah yes, we're now in another dark room, so we have a whole bunch of sunshine sprites as well as the babies going through this really dangerous looking starry cave. That actually makes
It's not dangerous, they're just jelly beans. Or gummy bears or gummy flavored stars.
Would you eat these Evil Pop-Tart, or would you eat them?
Yeah, of course I would eat them.
Oh, okay. Mental note to self, I need to take Evil Pop-Tart to the Star Shrine right now.
You need to take me to like a candy shop or something.
Basically the same thing. That actually begs an interesting question. What in the world would you think the origin of this place in the first place is anyway? If we were to take like at least some form of Mario canon into place, you would say, well, Star Hills, Star Shrine, Star whatevers were theoretically monuments to serve star gods? And this one, I guess, got left behind too? But I want to say that explanation isn't complete because this place is floating. And all Star Hills actually float. Why do they float? Why do they float?
That's when they die. These are all dead stars, reincarnated.
So when a star dies, it lives the rest of its, I guess, eternity as substance to float Star Hill, Star Shrine?
Yep, exactly.
That's one heck of a theory. Though that theory implies that stars die.
They do.
Okay. Oh, we'll just go with that, okay. But that also begs another question. These shrines were made to, I guess, once again, serve the stars. And the thing is, they made it the sky. What purpose do they exactly serve now? If they're supposed to be a shrine, it's kind of hard to get to a shrine in the sky. Maybe it's just supposed to be like the holy, like, grail that you end up getting to in, I guess, the starry religion that we're proposing here. The one time in your life, make it to Star Hill, Star Shrine. Unless you're Mario and Luigi, then you're just gonna come here about once every Mario adventure. There we go. We got some level ups to go. Oh, just Luigi, that's right. Oh, ever since that one battle where I let Mario die, and I let his experience get off ever so very slightly, he doesn't level up with Luigi anymore. That's my own fault, I know. It's my own darn fault. Here we go, but okay, kind of a scarce place. You don't get here very often. Interesting. Though there are evidences in previous games, sometimes you see stars living in Star Hill, Star Shrine. Not this place. This place evidently like the only place things that live here are like piranha planets. hold that thought, because we actually have an interesting puzzle up ahead here. So, as you saw, a whole bunch of light boards on that floor there just got lit up. And in this room, there's a whole bunch of light boards as well. Time to match the pattern, if I can remember the pattern. Now, I kind of remembered it kind of like that, but, oh, I need to actually strike the other blocks with green. No, I don't have this quite right. Okay, let's try this again. Green, 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 green. And, okay, I obviously don't remember things right.
I think the whole top was green?
Let's go back to this. I think I know where I made my mistake. Oh, not those blocks. Nope. What are you doing, Milesluigi? That's not right. That's not right. That's not right. Okay, hit those. There we go. We need to...
Oh,
there we go. We needed to make a hexagon. I'm pretty confident if I would have hit that block on the bottom screen again, it would have reverted all the blocks back to their other place. I'm not entirely confident if that's true or not, but either way, I wasn't playing my chances. It was just like I saw the pattern once. Worst case scenario, I am recording this. I could always go back to the video. Alright, continue from our thoughts before. If you are a star living in Star Hill, where do you get your food and water? Oh, do you even need food and water?
You're a star,
That's
you
good
don't
question.
need food and water.
Good point. What does a star need to sustain itself then? Especially if we go under the theory that stars die.
Wishes, hopes, and dreams.
I was going to say that. Isn't that kind of a thing of
Ooh.
Paper Mario?
Yes.
It totally is.
Need
Stars
wishes.
are
Every person has its own little personal star to grant its wish.
That's right. Okay, so if people don't wish upon a star in the Mushroom Kingdom, the stars die, and that's very, very bad, because then you don't get your wishes granted. Oh my gosh. We actually got a complete picture. Normally when I pitch theories, there's either a really simple, obvious answer, or there's an open-ended question. In this place, I think we have a complete theory here, guys. Nice.
Hey!
Round of applause.
Golf clap.
There we go. But now that I've actually cleared out all the areas and kind of solved the puzzle of the area, it's time to actually solve the quote-unquote final puzzle, which is making the star. So here's the deal. All these 5 areas have a block that we can hit, and if we hit the block, it causes 2 bands of light to appear. Alright, now let's go ahead and go on to the next block. So if I go down over to here and hit this block, it's going to make 2 more bands of light appear. However, those bands don't actually line up with each other. Oh boy. What do you think we have to do?
I'm just looking at it. I actually don't
Probably go to the
remember.
opposite side to match it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There
See,
you
you got a certain order to do it in.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's right. And it's really, really, really redundant to just run around this place a bunch of times to get all the bands to match together, so I just skipped most of it, actually. For you guys. I did it for you guys.
No, you just did it for me, because you know how I hate that.
You bring all the bands of light together, and it makes a pipe platform appear in the middle.
Off topic, my mascot just walked in my room. Say hi to our mascot. Say hi, mascot.
What was that?
It was the kitty.
Oh.
It wasn't a very good meow. I touched her back. Come on, meow better. There you go. See, that was much better.
Ooh, look at this
Here we
map.
go. I'm just about to say, now we're in Star Shrine area 2, and I want to bring your guys' attention to the top screen when you guys have a sec to look at it, because look at that map. My goodness,
Done.
look at
So done.
Look at the layout of this place. And the thing is, at least in-game, if it wasn't for that map, this area just kind of transitions from area to area. Oh, by the way, I win button. Thank you. But it's like it naturally transitions from area to area. But according to the top screen, Mario and Luigi just walk across a ton of thin platforms all over the place and just circle around the whole place. I mean, look at where they start and where they end. It's like you could theoretically jump from that one platform to the end, maybe? Come on, guys. Anyway, our next Cobalt Star shard is in that, I guess, glassy tube is the best way to describe it. Look at that thing. Unfortunately, I can't just break it. Shoot. Darn it, darn it, darn it. However, I also cannot proceed onwards. I must press the button.
It's a door, but it doesn't have a face. Thank goodness.
I must prepare myself because I'm like, I forgot this area of the game, admittedly. Okay, press the switch. That opens the door. And it also, wow, it literally shatters the glassy tube that hold our next Cobalt Star shard. Number 4.
In case of Mario Adventure, press button. Surprise. break glass.
In case of Mario Adventure break glass. Wow, I need a sign that says that now. I will commission someone to make that sign. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Get in contact with me. There's a business email on my channel. Use it. All right, so enter Kylie Koopa, and along with Toadbert, actually. You see, Toadbert, if you remember that one cutscene from earlier, he had a massive thwack on his head, which you would think would, like, incapacitate him, but he actually remembers something. He remembers that he was holding on to a Cobalt Star shard, which, hooray, we don't have to go through another dungeon, but he also remembers something about the Cobalt Star shards.
Oh, yeah. Mamma mia! Oh, yeah.
Well, it'd be nice if you stuck around and told us why.
No.
But plot! Well, it looks like we gotta go forward. Back to adventure.
Let's go. Okay.
There we go. So yeah, that actually wasn't a boss battle. Instead, that was just a whole bunch of foreshadowing. I'll leave it at that. Anyway, now we're gonna like run around the entire universe here. If you look at the top screen. And now we're at the, what I guess I'll call the Star Shrine cliffside, because there's this giant wall that we have to scale. But before we scale the wall, let's blow up some enemies. I love mixed flowers so much. I do. It is easily my favorite, like, pro item, because it just kills everything. Kills everything. Mash the button. You're done.
Let's go.
All those years of Mario Party were to like get you ready for this. We called the Mario Party flower.
Oh man, okay. Anyway, just a quick cut here because I tried scaling the wall before doing this and it's just straight impossible. You have to do this part first where you have to squish the babies and then scale this part of the wall. The thing is you're constantly kind of under a timer because anytime you're not under that sliver, you're losing your flatten timer, but you go under a flattened area, the timer kind of resets. So that means you have to kind of whoops. Also the layering here is weird. So I literally just kind of fell right off. Partially my fault, but still, it's just, yeah. This is supposed to be like an entirely vertical wall that we're looking at here.
This looks like a pain, wow.
Yeah, it is. You can't just straight make that jump.
Like, is that really necessary?
Whoopsies. Let's try that again. Okay, come on. Oh, I guess you can just make that jump. I was mistaken. I'm just a dork. I'm trying to do things the hard way. Anyway, this is where we're supposed to go, but I can't help but notice that there's an area to our right. And, Luigi didn't make it. Oh, but he did? Okay. Oh gosh, this cliffside wall.
Seems kind of broken.
This is not okay. Weird programming. Okay. I personally wish that I could just visit Nintendo and be like, do you still have the source code for Mario and Luigi Partners in Time? What did your squished baby code look like? Just so I could kind of decipher what is going on here. Anyway, with really skilled maneuvering, you can actually get through or back and forth between these two areas, although it's a giant pain in the butt. Although it looks like that wall would be really fun to climb, provided you don't get squished into a pancake. It is a giant wall, after all, and wall climbing is a fun thing to do. Pressing this one button makes this one platform appears, which allows us to climb the wall. I'm not going to fault it too much because wall climbing is fun. There we go. It is worth noting that during that entire wall climbing, I did pick up the Hit Free badge, which is the poor man Ulti Free badge. I need to correct myself. I called it the Util Free badge, and I love that name, but that's actually not how it's pronounced. It's Ulti Free, like Ultimate Free, and yeah, sorry. I still want to call it Util Free because it's a utility badge. It's very, very useful. But I suppose Ulti-Free also works, but it's like, if I'm gonna call it Ulti-Free, I might as well call it Ultimate Free. Maybe I should start calling it that, Ultimate Free.
It's the frickin' I win badge. How about that?
Should we start calling it the I win badge? Okay, I'll do that. So hit free is the poor man's I win badge. You can use bro items for free for until you get hit, so you can use the same strategy with the hit free badge as you do with the I win badge, but you get hit once in battle, you lose the effect. I suppose it is a good substitute just because the I win badge does cost 90 beans, and if you spent your beans on something else and you didn't want to grind for beans, there's a good substitute for you. And there we go, just by going through that while we're actually in our room just before our next boss battle. And here's how we're going to be able to tell it's a boss battle coming up next. Okay, so we have a save point. This area, for whatever reason, if you look at it, it kind of looks like a Shroob's head. I don't know why the star is made an area that looks kind of like a Shroob's head, but it also gives us a whole bunch of goodies, including copy flowers. Nice. Nice.
Ice flowers are so rejected.
All right, let's equip ourselves for battle again. There we go. And by pressing that switch, I like how that door has like a lock on it, but you press the switch and the door just disappears.
I know, I noticed that too. It's like, wow, okay.
I kind of wish I had doors that worked like that. I press the button to open the door and the door just disappears. That'd be awesome. There's only one problem I'd have with that. If I had a door that functioned like that and then I'd press the button again to make the door reappear, what if someone was in the way of the door? I hope there's some safety mechanism that'll cause the door to not reappear. Be like, nope, I'm not reappearing. All right, so remember that sketch we got way early on in the game? We're finally given the opportunity to actually rub it off and figure out what it is. And also use the touchscreen, because we've never done that this game, actually. It leads me to the theory that Mario and Luigi Partners in Time must have been originally planned for like the Game Boy Advance and then just made onto the DS, because it has like almost no touchscreen capabilities, which on one hand was a relief when it came out, because it's like, oh hey, it's a DS game that doesn't rely off a touchscreen gimmick, but on the other hand, it like never uses them at all. This is the first time we're using touchscreen.
Yeah, I completely agree. I hate DS games that like had touchscreen functionality just for the sake of it, just like when the Wii had like motion functionality just because. That was always really annoying. But hey, look, there's a thing.
There's a thing. Let's see here. There's a princess, there's a star, there's one evil looking Shroob, but there's another Shroob in the corner there. I wonder what that could mean.